school committee, and I realize that most of you have either never or have rarely seen me or the other school committee members, but we are ever present doing the work of loving the school in a more behind the scenes kind of way. Our meeting for worship is unprogrammed. Everyone present shares the responsibility for creating an atmosphere of worship. There is no minister, hymn singing, or responsive reading. We meet on the basis of silence, feeling that in this communion, God's presence may be experienced. We gather, quiet in mind and spirit, center our thoughts, and pray or engage in expectant waiting in an attitude of worship. It is not easy for any of us, especially without practice, to clear our minds of outside concerns. As we do, though, we reach a deeper level within ourselves, approach the spiritual center of the meeting, and come to a greater sense of the nearness of the divine source of truth and reality. It is from such experience that any worshiper is free to share a message from the silence both before and after diploma presentation. So this is being live streamed, and we do not have a microphone. So if you are moved to share, we ask that you speak with your speaking voice so that everyone can hear. And stand, please stand. After about 40 minutes of worship sharing, the diplomas are presented to the graduates by the head of school and a representative of the school committee. Worship continues following the presentation. A sophomore selected by the senior class rings the final bell of the year at the end of the meeting. When the bell sounds, all in attendance close the meeting by shaking hands.
were staging a revolt and had to get them removed. It would be an understatement to say that I see Axel as my little brother. Axel has not only had a massive impact on me, but my entire family and my entire world. My mother said that if she wasn't in Georgia, she would be here for Axel's graduation. That's to say, Axel is the kind of person who leaves a positive impact wherever he goes. Everyone who has met Axel through me ends up asking me, how's Axel been? And I get the joy of being able to tell them how great he's been doing since the last time they asked. The music he's excited about, excited about, the art they're working on, and the adventures he's been going on at Scattergood. They're always growing. From the Prosby I met on Zoom in 2020, insert pause to make prolonged eye contact with Axel. To the freshman I carried around on an iPad, to the young adult ready to make his ideas heard, I've had the joy of witnessing Axel grow up. Now that Axel is graduating, his brilliant mind will be released into the wilder world, and I know they'll make an impact wherever he goes. I can only hope he'll make the time to visit me wherever I may be, so I can keep experiencing the life that is Axel. To the entire class of 2024, congrats! Not just for today, but for every day leading up to this point, because it isn't just today that matters. Every day is an adventure, but remember, there's always tomorrow. Lots of love, Lily. And I would like to say as Lark that all of the seniors graduating this year have been instrumental to my growing. They've done such a good job of growing for themselves. I'm very excited to see where they will take their growth and continue to grow beyond here. Good job, guys.
Achilles has something on Thursday. They gave a speech about forever homes and what that means to them. And, you know, being 15, I don't think I found one yet, obviously. But I think the closest thing that I have had to a forever home, it's not Scattergood actually, it was the Mexico trip. And 4 of the people on that bench were my compatriots on that trip, and they're all, you know, going to college and doing other stuff. And, you know, it makes me a little bit sad that I won't be able to see them anymore. Because that was a really important experience for me, and that was one that we all got to share. But also, like, it's cool that they're all gonna be out doing other stuff, and I'll have this, like, group of people that I know of, and, like, we shared that awesome experience, and, like, you know, that's really cool, even if that's probably never going to happen again. No matter how much we talk about going to Mexico again as a group.
whole life, I've never been sad as you're growing up. I was never that parent who said, oh, I just wish you could stay young. And I hope you remember and take with you that you have made me so proud. Every day you grow, every day your light gets brighter. You are such an inspiration and you teach me so much. Keep going. I love you.
I'm so incredibly proud of you all. I may not know you all perfectly, but I could still go on and on and on about every single one of you. You've had such huge impacts on my life. Each of you inspire me. You all bring out the best in me, whether that's helping me be creative, telling me to shut up, or just making me laugh. And you have all done those things. I would like to highlight a few of your inspirations. Fifi. You make me know that happiness comes from everything, everyone, everywhere, all the time. Elias, you help me know I can always be working harder, and you help me be more me. Axel, you help me get a grip on things, and I'm really glad that we're friends. And Aiko, you have unknowingly helped me figure out more of who I am. Thank you. Each of you have been such a joy to live and laugh with.
Life is full of risk, and as you take your first steps as a baby, as a parent, you're hoping your child doesn't take a header off of the coffee table or a kitchen cabinet or something like that. But we still need to give our kids that space to grow and take that risk. And Evelyn, as you've grown, you've enjoyed and taken lots of risks, and Scattergood's been part of that risk. And I hope that we've given you that space to take those risks and learn and grow. But always know that we're that safety net too. And Scattergood's part of that safety net too.
Aiko and all of you graduates, I'm so glad that Scattergood exists. It's really brought the highest potential out in you, especially over the last 2 years, where it would have been very, very difficult for everybody to be in a large class with lots of additional. And I'm just so glad that you found each other and were able to develop your fullest potential in this small circle of closely knit individuals and friends. So I'm so happy and that you will take this with you wherever you go, whatever you do, wherever you are, another scatter.
I want to start off by thanking thanking all the seniors, because you've all been a very big part of my time here at Scattergood. But I want to thank 3 seniors in particular. First, I want to thank Axel for being my mentor for the last 3 years in one way or another, whether it be obliterating me at chess or going on the St. Louis Arts Troop with me. Next, I want to appreciate Fifi for bursting into the quiet room, excited about food. That's my favorite moment. And next, I want to appreciate Jack. I don't know why I want to appreciate you, but I do. Like, it's very important in my brain, and I can't come up with a specific reason right now. But I want you to know that I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you.
When I first got here, in orientation week, I felt really alone. I didn't have my friends and stuff, and I was really confused because Scattergood was all very new. But a lot of the seniors have really, like, helped me break down my barriers of apprehension or, feeling scared or whatever. Like Fifi, you were more like the first people to walk up to me and stuff. And Evelyn, I know I really got excited when I saw that you had really cool art pieces about nipples. That was really cool. Elias, you were always really fun to talk to about animals and just anything really. Axel, it's always interesting, in my head comparing our different music tastes, different crew. Heiko, it was surprising to me that you were very good at piano. But you are still pretty funny to talk to. And Achilles, your humor is interesting, but it is humor that I laugh at. And Jasper, I appreciate you too. I realized I was going to leave you out.
So, I've known these seniors for the past year, just this school year. And I think it's safe to say that they know me too, pretty well. And you may laugh, but I don't know. They do know me a lot, and every single one of you has definitely impacted my life in a very good way. And I have felt bad for this whole week because it hasn't really sat in with me yet that all of you guys are leaving. And I guess I just keep thinking that you all are just gonna reappear here next year and that you're just gonna be there. And part of me really wants that, but part of me is just like, whatever, I'll just hallucinate you guys. But I decided not to go with either of those mindsets, and instead, I know that you all are going to go into this earth, that you're already on, but go into the bigger world, whatever that is, that I think we've all been living our whole life, but just experiencing it more, and being more impactful because you're not a child anymore. I couldn't say that for Fifi, but I can say that for most of you guys. Fifi, I love you a lot. You're like an older brother to me, and I guess I didn't oh God, I can't go that high. I didn't realize that I'm not going to have the same room next year, and I'm not going to be able to, when Sonia comes in for our clean room checks, be doing silly, goofy things like hitting the gritty in the hallway with Fifi. Which the gritty is a dance move for those of you who are old. Thanks, I think I'm pretty funny too. But in all seriousness, you all have been really great, no matter how close or far you've been from me. I could go down, like Aiko, you're the best at volleyball. No, you're not, I've just been lying to you the whole time. But you're really funny and awesome and great, and I'm really excited to see what you do in this world. Axel, you're a great dancer, and I've always looked up to you whenever you've danced at coffee house or anything, and you are beautiful in every sense whenever you're dancing, and I can't wait to see where you go in the future, as is you, Heiko. Jasper, you're great at Frisbee, and I love doing PE classes with you because it's like, whoa, what the heck? Dang, you're pretty cool. And Fifi, I could go paragraphs and paragraphs, and I know I have before. But we both know that Swan is really pretty, like our little tiny My Little Pony, come here, doll baby. Evelyn, you have listened to me a lot, whether it be good or bad, and I've definitely always appreciated that, and your advice has helped me get very far. I mean, I'd like to say that for all of you, but not many of you have given me advice. But in a sense you have. I just realized that I'm really sucky at doing these inspirational messages, and like, oh man, you're going, I'm sorry, you know? But I do feel that. This is really bad, and I'm really sorry. I'm really trying, but it's just how I feel, and you guys know me anyways. So, just because I talk like this in real life, sometimes I feel like I have to talk fancy in collection, which I sometimes do. But right now I don't need to do that because I know that I'm frank with you all, and real with y'all. Oh my god, I'm really sorry. I feel really bad right now. Elias, you've given me multiple nicknames. You helped me in my Spanish class, not my math class, because you are not in my math class. In my Spanish class, I appreciate having conversations with you, and you're a really lovely person, and I always love listening to your melodic guitar noises. And hearing you sing is very beautiful, and your poems are just chef's kiss. Wow. Yeah. Achilles, you're a real one. And yeah. And you know, the humor that we both find in each other is, I think, something that is so unique in itself, and I really appreciate that. But I also appreciate the fact that even if we are humorous, we can still have those talks, and it's really, really nice. And we can have humorous talks, and we can also have deep talks, and we can also have deep humorous talks, which is wonderful. Ooh, I just almost burped. Sorry. I get really nervous, and then I sometimes start to burp. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. This is why I never give speeches. Achilles, you are wonderful, and you all are really wonderful, and I'm so excited to see you all go into this world that we already live in, but impacted more severely, and see you all drive cars, which is going to be very interesting and fun, and I really want to see you guys all drive cars. So, yeah, and I really love you guys. You guys are awesome, and I'm really sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Fifi has taught me that, by the way. Thank you, Fifi. You're a real one. Hashtag real ones.
I just want to say thank you so much, Scattergood students who have spoken, and let's let the other people here at the meeting speak for the rest of the meeting.
Axel, in 2020, 4 years ago, when you chose to go to Scattergood, it presented an opportunity for you to avoid the poor educational system in our community. And that's kind of what it was, but it was an opportunity so much greater than that. It was an opportunity for you to meet people that you never would have imagined. It was an opportunity to do things and learn things that you never would have been able to learn at home. It was an opportunity to go places that you didn't even hardly know existed and see things you've never seen before and do things that you didn't know you could do. It was an opportunity for you to grow and become the person that you are today. And I think all of you have had a similar experience. And for some of you, I've had an opportunity to meet you, had an opportunity to share my home. It's been delightful. And now, as you graduate, you move on to new opportunities. And I wish you the best.
I think it was really fitting that today started with rain, and then it got a little colder, rain stopped and the sun came out, and that's pretty much the way life is. It's never the same, so enjoy it.
I don't know if you remember this. I remember Fifi, the first time we went to see a movie, which I think was How to Train Your Dragon. And you, two things happened that day. The first thing is that you saw trailers for movies. And the second time we went to the movies, you thought trailers were the movies. So you were like, I've already seen these. But with How to Train Your Dragon, when the boy meets the dragon, Toothless, you were very afraid. You grabbed my hand, and I was like, it's going to be okay. The movie's about them. It's going to be okay, right? And I've had a unique vantage point relative to you, because it was very important to me that when you had the opportunity to go to Costa Rica with your mom and be in, I guess, 7th and 8th grade, everybody, I've told you this many times, I thought all the children I knew who had had that kind of experience were cosmopolitan. It was important, it was good. But for me, it meant I didn't see that much. And then the same thing when you decided to go to Scattergood, it was the same thing. In the middle of the pandemic, and I have to say to all of you who were responsible for keeping everyone alive during that it was an extraordinary time. But the vantage point that I've gotten to have is you don't get to see progress when you are looking at someone all the time, or looking at a flower all the time, or looking at the sky all the time, right? And the way that I feel about you as a person on Earth, and the kindness, and mindfulness, and thoughtfulness, and intelligence that you and others have give me hope for the future. And I think this is a group of people that somehow you came together for a reason, and you're still here, and you will be in each other's lives in one way or another for the rest of your lives. And you've done very well. And I think you should be very proud. I can't wait to see what happens next.
I remember thinking, the double whammy. I remember thinking when you're keeping a baby alive, it's hard to it's really easy to think that you're making them, you know, or when they're a little bit older and you're keeping them from diving off the kitchen counter or whatever. You think you think you're making them, and that there's a little piece of you in there. And I remember thinking, but they don't write in, Abraham Lincoln's biography all about his mom, so like, and there was something that happened at some point when I realized that all I was ever going to be was your mom, and that was not you. And I think it reminds me, as you do amazing things and go out already and do these amazing things and spread kindness and enjoyment of the life we're living, that it's possible for you because of you and all of these people you've had. And I'm really proud to get to just have been your mom.
Achilles Johnson. Axel Wynn. Elias Burchett. Evelyn Burgess. Fifi Manning. Heiko Strickland. Jasper Gazelle. Friends, I am honored and pleased and proud to present Scattergood Friends School's graduating class of 2024. We will
into some silence. In about 20 minutes or so, around 8 o'clock, one of the sophomores, as selected by the seniors, will go and ring the bell, at which point we will break the silence by shaking hands. And this year, the seniors have selected Puck! So, in about 20 minutes or so, Puck will go and ring the bell to end the worship. But for now, let's settle back into some silence and sharing from our class.
I feel very lucky and honored that I got to work with you all on your senior project. And it was very fitting that it was a mosaic because it's all of these beautiful people coming together to make something more beautiful. Like good pieces of glass yourselves. And the final thing I want to say is, like many of you, I've also been here for 4 years. And thank you for making me a teacher.
I got a piece of paper now. That's pretty sick. I've been, like, ideally when you enter a meeting, like, the thoughts can come to you and then you can organize them and you can say them if it comes to saying time. And usually I'm pretty good at organizing my thoughts. I think some people know me for organizing thoughts that are maybe a little too long. I get used as a measuring system. But I guess, like, this piece of paper, I guess this is never how I thought that I would get it. Like, I've had a couple big shifts in my life. One of them took me to where I've been for the longest time, and one of them brought me to here. And I think both of those shifts have, like, I don't know, I feel like every time I go somewhere, the world gets so much bigger. I once left a Walmart once and I was like, wow, this is a big parking lot. But maybe I just wasn't paying attention when I entered. But like, I feel like when I moved to Gunnison with my grandmother, the world got so much bigger. I moved from like the flat half of Colorado to the mountainous half of Colorado. So part of it was altitude, the height, you know, get some mountains in there. But part of it was also just like, I had this feeling that I could do more. And I think I did. And I think eventually I got to a place and came here due to the consequences of outgrowing the place. And I think, like, all the people on this bench have really expanded my world. Maybe it's ideas, maybe it's music. And I think there's a lot of people scattered about that have really expanded my world too. But like, as much as it keeps expanding and expanding and expanding, like, there's always been a glue that's held it together, and that's always been my grandmother. When I moved to Gunnison, I moved with her, and everything I did, she was there, and everywhere I wanted to go, she made sure I got there, and everything I wanted to do. And sometimes she would add a little on top. One time I had this massive event that I planned with my friend Dylan over here, and we had a tighter menu because we were running low on time. She's like, "What about the nachos from last time?" And it's like, "You're right, we can't forget the nachos," and she went and got the stuff for the nachos. Like, when it came time for me to come to Iowa, like, she was the same way. She's the reason that I came. And now that it's time to leave, like, she's the one who was able to make me feel confident enough in the safety of the world to step out. So, I don't know how I got here, but I know that she had something to do with it, and a lot to do with it, and I love her, and I want to thank her, and I appreciate her, and I want to thank everyone in this room for contributing. And I'll see you all on the moon or something.
Hi, Bill. I remember this morning, it was senior brunch, and yeah, it was.
Hey, Jasper, I'm just gonna ask you to sit down. I really want to leave room for non-students. Thank you.
His family.
Go on.
Oh, gosh.
Brother.
Oh, yeah, no. You have to stand back up and talk.
As I was saying, it was senior brunch. You were with Mom, Dad, and you said that you did not want to cry during commencement.
No way.
Wow, I think most therapists would tell you it's not a good idea to hold your emotions in. I still think it's a really funny idea to hold it in, especially in such a place where it would make total sense to. So, please, keep holding it in.
Achilles, you are a force of nature, and we are all so very proud of you. Scotty would be thrilled right now. Here I am crying. Your grandma is so proud of you as well. You are a person who sees issues, and you don't stop and turn your back on it. You fight for the right people. You are strong. You are intelligent. I don't think the world is ready for you yet, but I know that you will take the world by storm. And I know, and I'm excited to to see what happens in your life next. Congratulations.
Axel, it's been a pleasure working with you the last 2 years, and I want you to never be afraid to break some glass.
You will all always be my students, but sometimes I also feel like you're my kids. And your parents might be sitting here being like, you never changed their diapers. But like, I changed some proverbial diapers and I cleaned up your vomit. And I'm just so proud of you all and so happy to know you.
Hey there, brother. So, change is something that happens. It's something that's going to happen throughout all of our lives. Things are one way, an event happens, and then all of a sudden our world will flip totally upside down. Hearing my brother was going to private school in Iowa, of all places, I had no clue what to expect. But I definitely knew I liked Iowa because I'm a wrestler. I thought it was kind of cool. Then he was gone. Visiting the other kids and him not being there was weird. It was a change for us all. But him making the decision to come here was something that I believed in. I believe he knows what he wants and how to accomplish those things. So I fully supported it. And I mean, I'm here today watching it all come to an end. He's completed the mission here. And now his next move, and all of your guys' next moves, is going to be that next change. Whatever you guys decide to do. And it's a change for the good. You guys have all left a lasting impression from the testimonies of your fellow students. And I'm sure you guys are all bound for great things. So congratulations and good luck in life.
5 out of the 8 quarters due to being the teacher of the dreaded papers. And due to that fact, I also know that you each can meet a challenge and get through it, and I'm just lucky and happy to know you.
Jasper, I have a very vivid memory of us as young children running around the backyard playing a game called Runaway Cow. And thinking about that and thinking about now today, seeing you graduate high school, and how excited I am for you to go to college, and how very incredibly lucky I am to be your sister.
You guys have built a really amazing community. I think that this, as seniors of this community, sort of is the culmination of everything that you've done over the last 3 or 2 or 4 years that you've been here. And I hope you're really proud of what you're leaving behind and the impact that you've had on all the students and the teachers and everybody here. And I also really want to give a shout out and a hug to all of the parents and the grandparents and the other folks who allowed all of us to experiment this really wild experiment with your children.
Oh, yeah.
Friends, I'd like to invite everyone to move outside onto the lawn, and then we'll have the seniors come out and stand together for any